Yeah.
Like I had said, the year is 1997. A year where nothing bad ever happened.
Why do you say it
9/11,
like that?
that's not a thing.
You go on a plane with a gun.
Kurt
I got it.
Cobain is still alive. Princess Diana died in a car crash. So really just all around a good year. Unless this mission, this assignment, doesn't go well. So let's kick it off.
I swear to God, if we go to the Heaven's Gate cold
My
in this,
God.
I'm taking a trip
I'm
to
losing.
there, baby.
I did check just out of curiosity when the Heaven's Gate mass suicide did take place, but anyway, the year was off. Anyway, so you guys awake now. A question: would you guys want to have a barracks shared?
Feel
feel like
like
the
that
shenanigans
would be
would be
destructive.
Yeah.
Destructive, you think?
given the fact that there were probably guns in the barracks.
Who
Not quite.
specifically wants her own room, so
That was part of the deal. That's fair.
So,
Like a barracks connecting to an armory, a library, and whatever, a
Other
garage
apartments.
or a van.
We just have a house.
Yeah, at that point, it really would just be a house.
So when you guys were introduced to each other, though some of you had already met before, and told you were going to be a team, you were labeled a special team, which, Curse, you most of all know that special team is not synonymous with elite team, especially seeing these guys in action. But regardless, you were given, if you guys would like, a special team barracks. Using the glamour powers of some of the incarcerated witches and hags in this particular complex, you guys are housed on the negative third floor. That's 3 stories below ground. In barracks, glamored to feel like a city apartment, city flat. For instance, each of you would have your own room. Mortimer, your haven, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Even.
Your haven would be outside and literally like right next door, a few feet down the hall. And of course, that is password protected, key card protected, I should say. Maybe even arcane locked with a passphrase that only you know. Maybe whispered in a dead language. I don't know.
Yes.
But your barracks itself, again, situated like a typical apartment flat. There's a kitchen area, which also bleeds into a very small dining room with a small square table with armless chairs on each side of it. All in all, pretty bare bones, but rent's free, so you aren't, but at least that's free. And despite being underground, the glamour does allow for some natural light, well, I guess unnatural light, in through a fake window, a real fake window, simulated to look as real as possible. I imagine a few of you might keep your doors locked at all times. Is that on par?
Hi, that's
Yes.
Joshua.
I am Joshua.
absolutely
hey.
not. Door open.
This is-
Care to the wind. No.
Hey, it's me, the guy that keeps a lot of guns in his room.
Do not let the child have a shotgun. Oh god.
Sergeant
It's too
Kurz is
late
quite the
now.
fan of America so far. Like, he loves this Second Amendment that Americans have.
You can
Yeah,
just
we
get this
should
shit
borrow that.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's more guns than people in this country. It's great.
Quick go around. Anyone want to quickly describe their glamored room, your ideal apartment room?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Imagine you all have beds. Maybe Boo has like a dirt patch. I don't know.
I was thinking about that. I need a minute to get a little bit of inspo.
She like submerges her body up to her neck in dirt.
Joshua
I
has.
feel like that would just make her feel trapped.
It's like a blanket.
like she's being unborn.
Like SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Your dad-
she doesn't like
never
that
mind.
idea.
No, don't put me in the dirt.
The only thing of note in Joshua's rooms is posters for various bands, and every time he comes in, they somehow have changed. He doesn't know how. Someone just keeps swapping them out.
Hey,
A
hey
glitch in
Alec,
the,
can
the
that
glamour dimension.
door you mentioned be in the connected to the apartment instead?
Oh, like
private space.
maybe through your closet door.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I like that. Yeah, we could definitely work with that. Fucking magic's on the table. We don't have to worry about what's real. Yeah, I like,
I like the
I like
idea
that a
that the
lot.
closet
Much
is
better
supposed
idea.
to go into someone's like room, but it just doesn't.
It is what is it? A liminal space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that, technically speaking, the size of your haven and the location of the closet door would intersect with Josh's room. And Josh, you do feel a bit queasy every time that door opens, but you don't quite know why.
He just has a
But yeah.
stack of nausea pills.
I like that like the weirdness of the Haven is sort of counteracted by how super normal Josh is. It's just like, yes, this Eldritch dimension opens the doors. It's supposed to go to Josh's room, but it sort of works out.
It kind of goes around it.
Yeah, like sidelines it. Imagine Curse's room is pretty Spartan. It's pretty bare bone.
Of course,
He
you have
probably
weapons
has like a
locker.
really. I would say the more he probably does have like a gun rack in there, like a gun
Of course.
locker in there. And he also probably, for whatever reason, has a very prominent AC unit in his room that connects to God knows where. I don't know what vents are in a glamored space, but it connects out. And his room is either in, it's in either a state of very, very warm or it's very, very cold. And he just has this industrial AC unit in his room because he's like, you could just have it, right? So he just wanted it.
Yeah, of course.
They
You
didn't
were
say
told
no.
when that was quote unquote installed, which is more accurate to say conjured
Summoned.
up out of nothing. You were told explicitly, do not stick any extremities or any other part of your body into this vent. You will not get it back.
Understandable.
Why is that something they have to tell
Understood.
him?
It's a good thing you keep your door locked
Because
Boo
some
would
people need to be told.
You know that like hazard like tape, that black and yellow tape? Like he probably has taped up all around the vent in this like hazard color, like, yep, be warned,
touch.
do not pass.
Zip ties all around it.
Oh my
With an
God,
alarm sensor on it.
Josh has a
And a
desk
carbon
that's just
monoxide alarm.
covered with various studies, and they're all B-grade essays.
In true dad fashion, he has a sticky note taped next to the thermostat saying, do not touch.
Yeah, don't touch that.
Boo's room, I imagine, first and foremost, she has one wall that she is allowed to color on and just wreck. If I may, it's probably magic so that it gets cleaned, because otherwise she would not clean it and then complain that she doesn't have any more space to draw on it. She oh shit, I had inspiration pictures. Where is it? She, I imagine, would have quite a few hidey holes, like spots where she can just hide in her room.
Oh, God.
And she uses them frequently. I imagine she's got like a loft in her room, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like a
Mhm.
raised part. Since she's child height, she's the only one who can stand up there. I feel like everyone else either has to sit or go on their knees if they want to get up there. That is her favorite hiding spot because it's the hardest to get to. And I imagine she does have a bed, but she doesn't have like a mattress. She's just got like this tent, like it's like a canvas tent that she She just sleeps on the floor, but she's got a shit ton of blankets. And of course, her room is, nature themed. Despite not liking the idea of being buried again, she
Just
very
like
much
the earthy feel,
yeah.
soil, rich soil.
Mm-hmm. And
Does she have a scarecrow in her room?
yes, I was gonna say she probably either has a really fucking creepy scarecrow, and or like a lot of horror movie gory posters. If she would have access to them.
Mike Myers is my hero. Michael Myers? Mike Myers. Which one isn't the actor? Who knows? Oh yeah, okay, I like that. So it's the morning, November 3rd. I just threw a date out there. Don't make me remember that. Anyone have any quirky or odd morning rituals they want to get out of the way?
Holds up
Really
hand.
wonderful.
Is gun maintenance a quirky ritual?
We just
Not
walk by
America.
his room and it's
Not
like
in
15
America. God, this fucking country's great. No one's
Every
calling me out on
morning.
this shit.
Every morning, Boo will walk along at everyone's door and knock big. Are you awake yet? You should be awake by now. Are you awake?
Boo at 6 in the morning.
Are you awake? You're awake!
Scratch at the door.
Like,
Boo sees Mortimer walk out of his closet.
And you're awake!
Wearing a
Yes,
smoky
I
jacket.
came out for coffee.
Can I have coffee?
Ask Josh.
Josh, can I have coffee?
Can Curse's room have his? Can he have his own coffee machine?
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to navigate
Yeah, he wants
through
it.
everyone to get his own fucking coffee.
He has a mini fridge with energy drinks as well.
Did they have
So-
energy drinks in the 90s?
Oh, of course I have.
But yeah,
them. They were
whoever
just
answers
worse.
first,
Oh, yeah.
Boo will pester to make breakfast. So.
If you
Fucking
knock
go for
on
it.
Curse's door, you either hear dead silence intermittently broken by the sounds of metal tapping, or very ominous metal tapping as he's typing on his typewriter.
So is that a no to waffles?
That's Josh.
Okay.
Josh is just the designated as him.
Like, towards Josh.
He's the
It's like,
servant of the group, okay? He's the,
Butler, I just get a better position.
oh god, what is it called for fraternities? He's the pledge.
Oh yeah, he's the blood.
The pledge.
So yeah, you guys go through your morning routine. You have breakfast, your waffles, your scrambled eggs, what have you, your coffee. When there is a knock on your door. Very quick.
Josh goes to get it, expecting everyone to say, Josh, go get the door.
Sergeant Curse is reading
like
the
you read my
newspaper, drinking
mind.
coffee.
I was gonna say, Boo probably starts sprinting towards the door to try and raise Josh.
If you make any effort to beat him there, he is cool with that. He is too tired.
And then Boo realizes that the doorknob is too high. I'm kidding.
Yeah, so Boo reaches the door first. If there was even a second person to go for it. And as you reach for it, the sort of glamored illusion does break as the door doesn't swing on hinges. As you reach up and your hand goes through the handle, your tiny little freakish hand actually feels for a sort of what is it? Fingerprint scanner. And as it quickly scans your fingers, the door slides open, and you are met with Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. You're not quite sure. One of them, but it immediately becomes apparent as he says, "Be advised, your team has a new assignment."
Morning to you too, Alpha. Where'd it go?
He salutes.
At ease.
You lot are needed in Special Agent Jesse Gray's office in T-minus 20 minutes.
How long does it take to get to Jesse's?
About 10.
Okay, we got a little bit of time.
you guys are on the negative third floor. His is just 2 up, which the elevators here move quite fast. You suspect because, given that the buttons in the elevators are something you need to type in what floor you want to go to, you imagine that there are many, many floors to this complex. It's not a very tall building from the outside. There are definitely taller buildings by it. But
It's unassuming.
It's the floors below ground that you wonder about. But as Alpha salutes, he... Oh, wait, my thing's... Oh, no, it isn't. He will turn 90 degrees and head towards the direction that you know the elevators are in. And as he passes by the door, you do see the 2 others follow behind him with their SMGs slinged on their shoulders. Seems like they're ready to go already, despite probably not even knowing the assignment.
Alright. Yeah, Adam. Chop chop. Tuck it away. Meet you guys at the elevator.
Fair enough.
Right.
And don't bring the shotgun.
Not yet.
Don't bring the shotgun.
You heard the sergeant. Leave it.
Can we come back for it?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not asking you.
There's one in the van anyways.
Can I use that one?
If it deemed warranted.
Fine.
And you
If
guys
it's
hear a
di-
loud clang as Booth tosses the shotgun into her room without any. Like, she's not careful at all. She just throws it.
Is that loaded?
It's always loaded.
No? I wonder if it hit Jimmy.
You're a scarecrow, I imagine.
Yeah.
You guys just hear a muffled...
Josh would ask, but this probably happened more than once, and he's just like, I'm not gonna ask anymore.
Oh, dude, it happens all the time. She has to keep her scarecrow has a different name every week. Whether that means it's replaced or she just renames it, who knows?
He's
Oh,
the
God, it
secret
could not
5th
be
member
ever.
of your special team.
Jimmy, the dying scarecrow.
Well, he
That was
wasn't
the other
dying when
part
he
of her
first joined.
deal.
But regardless, you guys get ready, I assume,
Yeah.
and head for the elevators. And again, you get there. There's it's a short hallway that comes to a dead end. Benches near the corners and a designated smoking section. 2 elevators on each side. You press a button, calls it. That's how elevators work. And you all step inside. Again, there's the... What is it, Garth?
Okay, I'll just
From
say it. I
each
was trying to
room,
just
sign
type it out. But like,
What
if you
name?
look at the backgrounds of the tokens, they all kind of like Boo's just standing in a field. He's looking around the corner.
Oh,
He's in
I
front
gotta
of a door,
see it.
and then it leads into the fucking laboratory. of
That's
one of
pretty-
the-
And
That
then
is
that's
pretty
and then that
cool.
goes through the haven.
Exactly.
So you step into
Completely
the elevator, and you punch in the code for the negative first floor. Not the basement, the negative first floor. They're very anal about that. And you guys go up. You feel yourself ascend. You feel your sort of stomachs drop as at breakneck speed you are now on the negative first floor. And as it comes to an abrupt stop, you guys all hit the ceiling. I'm kidding.
Don't wear a
Was
helmet.
that need not?
I was just gonna say I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was just gonna make a joke of someone has to, or rather, Boo is like gripping onto someone's leg for dear life. Every time it catches her off guard, and she's like, ah!
Take your pick of tall people.
It's cursed this time.
Yeah.
And as you step out, you guys know where Agent Jesse Gray's office is. For the month that your team has been assembled, he has been the sole authority on handing you your assignment. He's the closest thing you have to a direct superior.
Hmm.
So I assume you guys go straight there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And his door is one of those ones where it's like the frosted glass with the letters sort of painted on SPC Agent Jesse Gray. And
Soup.
well, do you knock?
First
Tap,
one
tap,
knock.
tap. Etiquette.
Knock, knock, knock. And you hear a voice that definitely isn't Jesse's say, "Come in."
Chris will just look over his shoulder for like a split second and then just open the door anyways.
Okay.
You open the door and are met with the familiar sight of Jesse Gray's office, which
Is everything
Again.
becoming noir?
is glamored.
Mhm.
It doesn't look like the office of a government agent for a paranormal hunting agency. It looks like a sheriff's office.
Like an old West
directly-
sheriff?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Directly across from the door is this sort of kind of low-end, cheap-looking wooden desk with two rickety-looking chairs in front of it and a somewhat cushioned, though definitely frayed, chair behind it. Off to the side, you do see a map of the city of Boston, the greater Boston area as well. And that's really the only modern-looking thing in this room. Maybe there's a filing cabinet off in the corner, but even that looks like it was drudged up from the 1950s. On his desk sits a typewriter where normally there would be a computer. Curse, you are, of course, not shocked by this.
Aficionado.
A man of class, I see. Very good, very good.
Standing behind the desk, you do see the familiar sight of Special Agent Jesse Gray. Let me open this up and show to players. I apologize for the low res image.
Ooh.
I did put it through an AI image generator, but for some reason it didn't improve the quality at all. But I swear this is like 3,000 by 4,000 pixels, or something like that.
Looks
It's
fine to
hot.
me.
It's a lot.
And yeah, so Jesse Gray is a kind of tall Caucasian man with
Hello.
Suppo. With this sort of pale skin, this brushed hair, short on the sides, a bit of an unkempt beard to him, however. He is wearing the crisp white shirt of a pencil pusher, though he does keep the top 2 or 3 buttons undone by O. Hello, O. Wearing a black bandana beneath it. He wears these brown, I guess they're slacks, held up by suspenders, and tucked into a pair of cowboy boots, kind of fitting for the glamored office that you find yourselves in.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else
Now-
there with him?
There certainly is. And as he turns around, he does raise a tin mug to you all. But he's not the first to speak. The lady sitting in his chair is. And she's not a lady that you've seen, or I guess spoken to before. You've seen her around. And you know she's an egghead, which is to say, a doctor. She is a markedly shorter woman. Even in his chair, she is well below the height of the back. She is currently steepling her fingers with her elbows on the armrest. She has, again, fair complexion, short, bobbed brown hair, and these big rimmed glasses that her blue eyes sort of peer at you through. A few of you, especially Boo and Josh, catch her gaze. You sort of feel like she's looking at you like a cat looks at a field mouse through a closed window, prey they can't quite get to. and her eyes eventually fall on a curse, and she raises a brow and gestures to the two rickety chairs in front of the desk. And she says, "Have a seat." Sounds more like a command than a request.
Hmm.
There are 2 free seats.
Only 2.
Yeah,
I prefer to stand, man.
Professor Mortimer sits down.
Immediately.
Without hesitation. With the recent look, I don't want to get any closer than I legally have to this woman. So he'll stay standing probably behind
Legally
Mortimer.
have to.
Then any more than you're legally obliged.
Yeah.
Girls will like
he
go
would
up
do a
to
little
the
nod at
desk.
Jesse, like, "Hey, how's it going?"
We're pretty familiar with Jesse, right? Like he's
Absolutely.
like the course of equivalencies of our direct superior. How familiar are we with this lady?
You don't know her name, but you do know that she is a doctor. And noticing that her, we'll call it a request, to sit down isn't fully followed, she will again raise one of those plucked eyebrows, and for a moment you see her nose scrunch up, and she says, "I suppose we should exchange pleasantries. I am Dr. Virginia Roth." And I will reveal this.
Oh my
She's a
god, that face
nerd.
matches the voice so well.
My God.
Yeah,
It's
right
actually
on.
from Dishonored.
And as she might be actually, but as she gives her name, it clicks for you, Mortimer. She is one of the heads of the research department, the kind of people that go in and perform tests with the less apocalyptic anomalies to see sort of how they tick and if more of their kind arise, how best to take them down. Sort of discovering weaknesses, strengths, things like that. She is a well-respected member of this complex, as you recall. So she,
Aye. Yes, doctor. I have. Your reputation precedes you.
flattery is not called for. Now,
Oh, it's not a great reputation, but if you insist, of course.
Josh tries not to
Brutal.
laugh. Josh mildly fails not
Boo
laughing.
Snickers.
behind her, you do see Jesse sort of snicker as well and raise his tin mug to cover his very obvious smile.
Straight violation.
And finger still steepled, she does turn that tiger-like gaze towards him, and his smile immediately withers, and he says, "Now, Morty, that's not how you should speak to one of your superiors. After all, given some of your he gestures to you, Morty, and Boo as well, some of your conditions, well, Virginia here did, the doc here did sign off on your, shall we say, promotion."
Hmm.
We appreciate the pleasantries, appreciate the work, but I believe we're here for a mission. Can we get to it?
Good. A man of business, object-oriented. I can work with that. A man has gone missing. An informant, we shall say. A professor of the occult. He is my father, Professor George Roth. His aide entered his office earlier today. Found no sign of him. She had called the police, though I do not need to tell you that, given the odd nature of her findings, our plants did, oh god, what's the word? Alert us to this uh, new investigation. The police have cordoned off the area and are expecting the arrival of a detective. That detective will never come. You, however, will. I need you to go to his office, investigate, and find out where he has gone. And if there's anything anomalous behind this. I have reason to suspect that my father held strange bedfellows.
How long ago was he reported missing?
Just this morning.
Hmm.
Which is why I need you on it.
Does his
Mr.
establishment
Gray
have any
here.
other employees, or just his head?
Say again?
Does his establishment have any other employees, or just his aide?
My father is no longer tenured. He does not hold any ties to a educational institution. He has only his aide.
Does the aide know about what he does, like in its truest form? Or is she kind
My
of kept in the
father's studies of the occult are mostly harmless. Mostly. It is that
All studies of the occult are harmless if done right.
Mostly.
that is my concern. I am worried my father is not doing the right thing.
Oh.
Jesse Gray will fully brief you. For now, I have matters to attend to. He tells me that you can get this job done. You will get this job done.
If anybody can find your daddy, it's the sergeant.
Daddy. Oh my God.
Yo, papa!
I'm not promising anything, Dr. Ruff, but we'll do our best.
Krakens and extremists are one thing, Sergeant. I believe this requires a delicate touch. But despite my better judgment, I will trust your word on the matter. Excuse me. And in a smooth moment, she uncrosses her legs, stands up, and makes for the door. Oh, and as she passes over to your side of the desk, she does push a manila folder forward. The location of his office and a picture should help with finding him, I believe.
It's not at that.
Agents.
Doctor.
And she
Doctor?
leaves. And you do hear her heels click down the hallway as the door swings shut behind her.
As she leaves, Boo will lean not. I imagine she's not close to Curse, but she'll like lean in his direction anyway and go, "The scary
The doctor lady trusts you.
Scary people trust scary people, Boo. You get used to it. And
Oh.
he's gonna lean forward and begin opening the middle of water.
Do you trust me?
And
Trust is a very strong word. But yes. Yeah.
as you open the folder, you are met with this face. Maybe not this exact picture, but this face. You immediately notice the resemblance, especially in the glasses. Though you assume she has her mother's eyes. And as you open the folder, Jesse does gesture to it with his mug and say, "You know, I actually I knew the professor back when he was still tenured. He's a good sort. Never took him for the type to have enemies. Bit odd that he'd go missing like this."
I can tell that you are not a man of academia. It's all enemies. Have you been through peer review? It's hell.
I can only imagine, Professor. I was never given a formal education, as I'm sure I might have mentioned before. He places the mug down in the middle of his desk, and you do see inside is not coffee, not water, sort of dark red liquid,